I'm Jack Kaiser from Chippewa Valley Progressive Voices, and I'm back for segment 3 of our visit with Dan Robinson, the director of Sojourner's House, a program of Catholic Charities of the Diocese of La Crosse. Welcome back, Dan.
Thanks, Jack.
In our last segment, we concluded by discussing the causes of your guests' homelessness. What does Sojourner's House and other agencies do to come up with a more permanent solution other than the temporary overnight housing?
In the beginning, people stay at the Sojourner House for a few days in a row, trying to find out what it is they want to do. And if they want to come to grips with the barriers that are keeping them in this homeless situation. When they're ready to break those barriers, we can point them in a variety of different ways. There's obviously the Veterans Association will take veterans. Folks who want to sign up for Section 8 housing could go to the city to sign up for the city housing. ADRC, Aging, Disability and Resource Center, also has available help for folks that fit into their categories. And there's St. Lawrence Community Services, Nadine Gents, Division of Catholic Charities that helps folks, as well as other agencies in the Eau Claire area that do a variety of different programs, can help get people going down the right path once again.
Well, when you refer somebody to Nadine, what does she do?
Okay, so the first thing she wants to do is to develop a relationship with them and a trust. And that's the same for any of us. We have to develop a trust with the folks in order for them to give us a good information about where they've been and where they want to go. So there's a test out there. It's called the VI SPDAT, and Nadine will administer that test. And it would ask, it's a survey, and it would ask you questions about your background, where you've been, and what's been going on in your life. And as you're going through the survey, you're being scored on if this does apply or if this doesn't apply. And depending on your score will help you depend on what kind of services are available for you. So someone who would score a certain number would move into this particular program, where somebody who would score a different number would be available for this program. And then once that has been determined, that information is entered into a database, and then the different agencies throughout Eau Claire will pull from that database and work with you. So, for instance, this agency only works with high numbers, this agency only works with low numbers, this agency only works with the middle number. So it's something new in Eau Claire called coordinated assessment, where we all coordinate together the information that we gleaned from folks in the assessment that we gave them.
Well, is it a correct inference for me to make that different people have different problems that lead to homelessness, and your agency in St. Lawrence endeavor to find what the problem is so that the correct referral is made to end this cycle of homelessness?
Yes, absolutely.
I would be remiss if I didn't talk numbers with you. In a nutshell, how big is your budget? Where do you get both financial and in-kind support to make this work?
Okay, so the Sojourner House has about a $256,000 a year budget. We have 7 employees that are part-time, and then 1 employee, myself, that's full-time. We are open 365 days a year, even leap year we're open, and a lot of our funding comes from Catholic Charities, the Diocese of La Crosse, which has different Catholic appeals at different churches, different fundraisers, like the Evening in the Chippewa Valley at Sacred Heart Hospital in the fall. We have a grant writer who writes grants and applies for money. Recently, we've been the recipient of the Greater Chippewa Valley United Way and the Bremer Foundation, as well as a variety of other grants and foundations that have been made available to us to help keep us going. We've been open since November 1st, 2011, a little over 4 years. This year, we're hoping to do a capital campaign to pay off our mortgage so that we can apply more money towards helping folks in the Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls area.
How about in-kind donations and volunteer services?
Yes, volunteers. We couldn't do it without volunteers. I don't have an exact number, but I say we have close to 300 volunteers that help us throughout the month. At 300, 30 days, and that's 10 people a night. We don't always have 300 people, but it kind of rotates, and we have volunteers that come all the time that serve us. Even during the daytime, occasionally we'll have volunteers. We couldn't do it without volunteers. They're a huge asset to the Sojourner House. We get a lot of in-kind donations. We recently got a donation from Cascade Paper Products that supplied us and a lot of other agencies with paper products for the year. We get our food from Feed My People. We get people donating money to Feed My People for us so that we can get food there. We get food from Starbucks. We get food from Chipotle, Pizza Plus.
And I think earlier you told about what sounds like a very significant donation from Mayo Clinic Health System in the form of laundering all those sheets.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, we really appreciate our in-kind donations and our volunteers that help us keep our budget as low as it is, but yet can keep the doors open 365 days a year.
If any of our viewers are interested in volunteering or donating or putting together teams at their churches, who would they reach out to?
They could email Jamie Knutson at sojournerhouseeauclaire@gmail.com. One word, sojournerhouseeauclaire@gmail.com. Address the email to Jamie. She'll get you set up. She's a sweetheart.
Well, thank you for coming, Dan. It's been very informative.
You're welcome, Jack. Thank you very much for having me.